Hello everybody, welcome back to another installation of the TFZ devlog by Sir Crone. So I haven't really posted much lately as I've just been focusing on just world building in Unreal Engine, learning more about Lumen, getting frustrated with Lumen, going crazy with Lumen, so on and so forth. Pretty much Lumen being Lumen, right? If you know, you know. But so I'm here, and this is one of the parts of the game that I'm working on. So this is planning on being sort of an MMO style thing. I have no idea yet. Again, I'm just kind of like learning as I'm going. I have experience with Unreal Engine, but as you know, every time they do an update, there's like a million new things that are either fixed or broken. But as of late, I've been struggling a little bit with pretty much engine console settings, right? Render settings. I found out about this new plugin, this console variables plugin, and like you can create a preset, you can apply the preset. Now, if you notice nothing changed there, is because I think I finally figured out where and how to add the commands in the default engine.ini file, because I have a very particular vision for how things should be lit, but I'm still struggling a little bit with some things, right? Like this glowing effect that's happening up here, and I know that has to probably be with some kind of bounce stuff that's happening. I haven't figured out which setting does it, right? Like there it looks opposite, right? Like ray tracing that out mode 1, let's see, 2 doesn't really do anything. We go back to 0 and it glows again. So no idea what's going on there, but as far as I know, in the game settings I have it set to 1 if I remember correctly, which this looks a bit more realistic, because I think it would cause a shadow there instead of a highlight. And what I think is it's probably inverting the nanite when it hits there. Again, I don't really know what nanite is, to be honest. But I'm thinking this is some form of ambient occlusion, right? So this is how I believe I have my game settings now with the nanite mode 1. That's just the way the preset is saved, so I think I'm just going to save that preset right there. No, that's permanent there. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to have the whole like sky changing the lighting thing, because it's like the more that changes, the more you got to manage and the more you got to figure out and get frustrated with. But right now I'm just trying to develop this little part of the map, learning about the gray boxing aspect. I'm trying to control myself from going too far with details. Like I'm already like throwing like assets and stuff there, which again, this is just to give my eyes something a little different to look at instead of just boxes, which I know is wrong. Right, this is already too much detail, but I feel like this kind of inspires me a little bit more than just seeing like a block there, right? Because I feel like being able to see through it, right, is sort of like giving me a perspective of what it will be in the future, right? But anyway, this is more just of an update, showing what I got going on. I just started with painting the landscape. You know, I just throw some assets around, like very happy and very proud of this little nuclear jug thing there. So on this one, what I did was I did the high poly to low poly, whatchamacallit, baking, right? Now, some things I still have to figure out, like see how sharp this shadow is? I don't know if there's something I could do about that. I don't know if I have to just rebake this. Again, just things I just got to revisit and figure out. This is one of the trees that I did recently. I like how that came out. I like the style of that. That's pretty cool. And the baking looks fine, and the lighting looks good on it. So yeah, happy with that. Some rocks. Now I still have to figure out this banding. I think this banding is just natural and normal based on like the angle of objects. Like see how this appears? So I think it's inevitable that at some point you're gonna get something doing that. I think in the future I might add a few more polys to the objects, so they don't have that many flat areas, if that makes any sense. And the baking will help more. Again, I don't know if there's any kind of nanite settings I gotta work on. If anybody has any idea that handles to round out some of this shadowing effect, right? Again, I'm still unsure about Unreal. Other things that kind of throw me off is like this glowing effect thing. I don't know what that's about. It's probably one of these settings here that I gotta like tinker with. Oh, did that fix it right there? Oh, it looks like it did. So screen probe, gather screen traces. Okay. So yeah, so it's more like just experimenting right now. Like every now and then it gets like that little glow effect and goes away. Let me see if I do 2, what happens? Probably explodes. Okay, so I think I have to adjust the screen probe, gather screen traces. So let me save that. Unless after it prepares the shaders, it goes back and it's even worse of a glow. But yeah, so my idea with this area is this is going to be a cheese factory. I'm going to call it the, I don't know, Crohn's cheese, making cheese. I don't know. But, I don't know, the idea of having a cheese factory and like having these machines here like spewing out like cheese and dripping cheese and stuff was kind of funny in my head as like the first level, because again I'm gonna have like connecting areas. I want to have like, I don't know if I did it yet. Let's see, let's go to landscape, let's go to paint mode. I think I added a layer for the street. See, I'm still like trying to figure out, like I have paint set and I'm not seeing the paint circle, and like adding layers. I remember in the past like you would hit the plus sign, add a layer, but like here, like that dirt don't look like dirt, the dirt layer. So I have to probably watch a video to bring up to speed on how it happens in Unreal 5. Oh, there we go. I guess it just needed some time to render. So what I was gonna do today, so I'm gonna give a quick play test right here. It's probably gonna render some of the shaders after I hit play, yeah. But Kiara is animated. She's connected to an animation blueprint, and it's looking pretty good. I still have to tweak some of the settings, right? So what I tried working hard on was, if you look at her head, she turns left and right. Let's see, I gotta stop, and then it works. So see how she looks left and right? That took a little bit of work, but it's a little janky. Like notice how there, like she starts to kind of do this little hop, hop, hop. I gotta go back into code and see why that's happening. Like same thing happens turning left. Like it's okay when you spin fast, but like it doesn't happen when I spin fast. It only happens when I'm going slow. So I don't know. Like there, it's kind of working okay, but it's not syncing up. Like there, it's fine if I go at this speed, but I think if I go way past, it breaks the coding. Because again, I didn't spend too much time on perfecting it. It was mainly just getting it to do something at that and making sure that the head turned. Because I want it to be somewhat believable. I may have to allow the head to turn more. But anyway, let's kind of like jump around and stuff. So off the bat, what I think is going to happen is you're going to have nothing equipped. And I think out the gate, everyone's just going to like run around and like look for stuff, right? And like try to find anything. And then I do like the idea of having the world breakable, right? Like not having everything permanently set, right? Like I want to be able to like, I know, blah, blah, Fortnite, blah, blah. But I like the idea of the world being interactable, right? At the very least, being able to like shoot through a wall, right? Even if it doesn't have someone like breaking it down with like a stick or an axe or something. But I like the idea of that. This is gonna be like the shipping cargo area. So I'm trying to keep in mind believability, right? Like size and what's in there. This is just a placeholder for like a forklift. There's gonna be like a little hand truck looking thing there. You know, just simple stuff like this I feel adds a lot of flavor to it, but I don't want to go too crazy with the details yet. I am gonna just keep everything sort of white box, gray boxed. I like the floor plan of this building. I have to go back and fix the collision settings of that because it added a simple collision and is blocking me to walk through. Some things are sort of like messing with me, like see how you kind of see an outline of that? And I think it has to do with the world location. It's probably like 1 unit off center, and then it creates that line right there. But still thinking about this as the TFZ project, still not 100% on a name. So at this point, just working on, like I said, building the world, laying out the floor plans, building out the little assets for all this stuff, like sidewalks and stuff. So this area is gonna be like a little secluded manufacturing plant. I'm gonna try to have a little road that kind of works its way out, maybe through a tunnel or something. But yeah, so not focusing on weapons or any kind of like any action like that yet, because I don't want to complicate it that much. So thanks for watching and have a great day.